Welcome back. May is Preeclampsia Awareness Month, and tomorrow marks World Preeclampsia Day.
It's a potentially deadly complication during pregnancy, and it affects 1 in 25 women in America, with Black women more likely to develop the condition. So joining us live to talk about preeclampsia and the importance of early detection is Dr. Brian Cavaney, Chief Medical and Scientific Officer for LabCorp. Brian, thank you for joining us this morning.
So good to be with both of you. Thanks for having us on.
Of course, preeclampsia is one of the many issues that can arise during pregnancy. So are there certain factors that can lead to this condition? How do we tell if it's, affecting us?
That's right. Unfortunately, it's a very complicated disorder, and we don't exactly know what causes it yet, which makes us do a little bit of a wild goose chase for all the risk factors, and there are many. Of course, some people have a family history of it. If you had a history of preeclampsia with a prior pregnancy, you're at increased risk, as well as pretty highly correlated with advanced age during pregnancy, the weight of the mother, as well as the presence of other conditions like type 2 diabetes, kidney disease, liver disease, and some autoimmune diseases like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. So a lot of questions for you and your doctor to go through to figure out what your risk is of developing preeclampsia during the pregnancy.
Well, let's kind of set the table here, too, on what preeclampsia really is. So if somebody is affected by this condition, what are the symptoms that they're going to be dealing with? What is the root cause of all of it?
Yep, so the root cause of it, as far as we know, is the placenta does not develop fully and adequately inside the uterus, and in particular, the blood vessels supplying blood back and forth between the placenta and the uterus don't form completely because of some hormonal factors that happen. And so many times what happens is the pregnant mom will develop significant high blood pressure during the pregnancy and a variety of other things like anemia and some kidney problems. The problem, of course, is you can't feel your blood pressure or anemia in most cases. And many women think that symptoms that they do have might just be part of the pregnancy and not a special thing they need to ask your doctor. That's why it's important for doctors to screen for all of the different things that could go wrong during pregnancy, including the risk factors for preeclampsia, because there are some things that they can specifically do to try to reduce the risk of a bad outcome.
Of course, early detection is so important with so many things that can afflict us, especially for our expecting mothers. So are expectant mothers able to be tested for preeclampsia? And if so, when can those tests occur?
Yes, so for many years, doctors would try to add up all of the different risk factors from the list I mentioned earlier and then sort of give an educated guess as to the likelihood of developing preeclampsia. We've learned over the past several years from some great research around the world that doing some special derivatives of blood pressure, as well as taking some measurements from ultrasound, in addition to a couple of new proteins that we can test in your blood that measure the placental growth factor and pregnancy-associated protein A that develop the blood vessels in the placenta. If we add those together, we can give your doctor a much better estimate of the risk of developing preeclampsia by the 34th week of pregnancy. And the research suggests the best time to do these blood tests is between the 11th and the 14th week of pregnancy.
Some important stuff there. Okay, before we let you go, where can people learn more about this if they're watching at home and need to do some extra research?
Most important thing, of course, is to develop a good relationship with your doctor, ask smart questions, follow their recommendations. If they prescribe certain medications, such as blood pressure medication that we know to be safe during pregnancy, take those. Get the other laboratory tests and ultrasound tests so that you can follow it. Show up for all of those visits, monitor your blood pressure, ask smart questions. A lot of great websites and apps where they can get more information. We have a couple, one Ovia Health, which is an app for prenatal care, and then of course a lot of information about all the different lab tests that your doctor might order at labcorp.com.
All right, Dr. Brian Cavaney, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you. And if you want to learn more about testing to catch those life-threatening conditions early, go to labcorp.com.
All right, we're going to switch gears now. Time is